welcome, and thank you for joining us. I'm working away here in the studio. I've got a lot of pots in here, and I'm trying to find the inspiration with all these bisque pots that I've got in here to get some good pots through the kiln. So that's the aim of the exercise. I've just fired the kiln actually yesterday, and we had some results out that were a slight mix of good and bad, or not really bad, but you know. And I find, you know, I haven't actually had a glaze firing this year here at all. I've had a couple of bisque firings, but actually haven't had a glaze firing. So I'm, you know, if you haven't had a glaze firing for a while, it takes you at least one firing to get back into the swing of things, doesn't it? Maybe you don't know that, but it does anyway. It takes you to just get that touch right with the glazes and the decoration, and just to get things in the right place in the kiln. You need to go, as it were, on a refresher course, you see. So the first firing, if I haven't fired my kiln for some time, I never put my best pots into that first firing, because I know that that first firing is going to be my refresher. It's going to refresh my memory and get me back in the way of firing again. And so yeah, so that's what I've been doing anyway. So that particular firing, I found that this last one, I did actually, on the one hand, I'm thinking I over-fired it, if you understand me, a little bit, and because some of the temakus didn't really come out as I wanted them to. I also learned that my temaku, I'd applied it just a little bit too thin. So you see, you have the combined effect of too much heat and the glaze applied just a little bit too thin, and you don't get the nice blacks with the breaking brown. You get brown all over, you see, and I didn't really want that. That's one thing I learned. The other thing I learned was my chinos. I had some nice chinos out actually, and I will show them to you, because I know that you'd be wanting to see them. But I actually put some of my chino glazes on a little bit too thick, and fortunately that the kiln was a little bit higher in temperature than I originally intended. As I say, I over-fired it. But you see, it's swings and roundabouts, isn't it? It wasn't so good for the temakus, but it was good for the chinos, because I put them a little bit too thick. So the next firing, chinos not quite so thick, and temakus a little thicker. Anyway, it's all a learning curve, isn't it? We have to keep practicing, that's the thing. You see, we easily get out of practice, and we as craft hobby potters, professional potters, you know, we're involved in doing quite a lot of things. You know, potters in some scenarios, let's say, would be on the wheel, and that's all they would do. They would just sit on the wheel and make pots. So they became sort of specialists in throwing, throwing a pot and putting a pot together, you know. Then there would be other people who would be responsible for packing the kiln. They would become experts in doing that. And so on. And then yet others would be mixing glazes. And but we, as we do things, we very often we have to do all of those things, don't we? We have to mix the glazes, we have to make the pots, we have to pack the kiln, we have to fire the kiln, we have to unpack the kiln, we have to decorate, we have to all of these things. So, you know, we have a lot of ground to cover and a lot of areas to become where we need to become proficient. Hey, that's a lot of talk. Sorry, I don't mean to talk too much. You haven't come here to listen to me talk. Actually, what I'm doing at the moment, we'll just bring the camera down here, because I actually do have some as you can see, I've got some tea bowls there. I've actually done a wax decoration on them, and I've got another pot under a wrap here. which, you know, I was deliberating over this pot and what I was going to do. It's raw, it hasn't been fired yet, and I wanted to I was going to do a wax decoration on it before I put the iron slip over it. Well, I've had a change of mind, and I've decided what I'm going to do is I'm going to slip it first, and then I'm going to scratch through, you see. So, slight change of plan with that one. But that's okay, these things happen. And then these guys, I've actually already put a wax decoration over these. And I'm now about to dip these in iron slip. So why don't you join me for that? Let's see, I'll point the camera down here to where the iron slip is, down there. Okay. This iron slip is red clay, like terracotta red clay, and red iron oxide, and it's mainly clay. It's like about 75% red clay and 25% red iron oxide, and then I put it through a sieve. I'm just looking at the thickness. I don't want to have it too watery. Okay, let's bring the bucket nearer to the table. And let's bring the camera down so you can see what's going on. I'm hoping that the as I dip, that the wax will resist. So, now all I do with these is I just dip them on the outside, you see. So I just hold it by the foot ring and make a bit of space here. Okay, you see what I'm doing. I blow it a little bit, you see. And there you can see how the wax has resisted the iron slip. Now I'm using regular wax, okay, but what I do is I mix it with a very little bit of water in a container, okay. So I pour in a little wax, and then I add probably 20–30% water to it. It just helps the wax flow a little bit better off the end of the brush. So let's do another. Sometimes when you dip the pot in the slip, the wax doesn't resist initially, and you'll notice me blowing it. That just helps it to pull back. Give it a shake. Okay. Good. There you are, you see, another one. I've been able to blow it, and so all the areas have released. I always think it's rather nice, isn't it, when you wax and then you dip and you watch the glaze or the slip pulling away. And there he is. What fun! Ha ha! There he is. That's the one. There he is. Just a blow just helps the wax to do its job, you see. One more. There he is. And there he is. Just simple little motifs, simple decoration. Simple is best. Well, there you go, folks. There you go. You've seen me do those. And yeah, got lots more pots all over the place. All over here, there, over there, over there. More here. Got this one to do. Hey, why don't we do this one? Why don't we do this fella? Let's get back down there to that bucket. Get back. Sometimes, you know, glazing a bigger piece is more of a challenge, isn't it? And but we're not going to be daunted, are we? So, I'm just pushing it down to the foot, hand in, find the neck, got the neck, there it is. And there he is, folks. Wasn't so bad, was it? Okay, well, thanks for joining us, and go to my website, simonleachpottery.com, and if you're interested, my book is on Amazon, and it's a good time if you are interested in it to go there and pre-order it, because it's only something like $20. It's a lot of book for the buck. So if that's something that interests you, go there, have a look. And I actually received my copy yesterday from the publisher, and it's a very nice book. I should do a clip actually just to show you the book, but my hands are a bit dirty at the moment, so that'll have to be another clip. Okay, folks, check my website for, I'm going to be in New York City March 8th and 9th at La Mano Pottery in Chelsea, where I'm giving a workshop and opening my show there March 8th and 9th. So mark that on your calendar. And if you can, please come by and join me and say hello. Good. Okay, folks, keep practicing. See you soon. Bye-bye.